G'day viewer, this week's exciting episode, bolting on the heads onto my SS Ute LS1 head installation, because the heads are back. Just show you a few tools that you need, and I've got a bit of cleaning to do, a few brackets to put on, and then I'll explain the sequence, how to put them on, because you've got to make 3 passes. Okay. Alright. There's one head. Driver's side, that's the one I'll be doing. I'll speed up the rest of it. I'll show you the sequence on a few bolts and then we'll just speed the rest up. Some of the tools, you know, tension wrench, set at 30 Newton meters for the first pass. 15mm socket. For the small bolts, up the top, you need a 10mm. Let me double check. Hang on. Yep, 10mm. Okay, so you use the tension wrench for the first pass only. The small bolts you tighten on your first pass. I'll show you. Here's a diagram I've got. These bolts up the top, they only get 1 pass at 30 Newton meters. The rest of the bolts, first pass 30 Newton meters. Second pass 90 degrees for all the bolts. Third pass 90 degrees for all the long bolts. And there's 2 short ones on either end. I think it's 9 and 10. They are 50 degrees for the last pass, and then that's it. So there's 3 passes on the big bolts, 1 on the small bolts. To do the second and third pass, you need one of these. A degree gauge. So we'll set it all up. I've never used one, so you know, we'll all learn as we go. I've seen it done, but I've never used one. So anyway, I'll have to get everything ready first. I've got a few things to do, and then we'll be over at the car and we'll start bolting them on. Okay, back again. I've got the sequence here ready to go. Bolts. I've cleaned both sides, both the head and the engine here. Make sure, I'm going to lose that, make sure that this dowel here and this one, make sure they're in, because if they're missing, even though you'll get the bolts in and tighten them up, the head will move. It won't be located properly. So you've got to have them. Plus you'll have a hell of a job keeping your head gasket in the right place if you haven't got them anyway. The gaskets are labelled front there. Make sure all the water jackets line up. Okay, and when I put the head on, I've got to put 1 long bolt in the back because of the booster. When you go to put the head on, you can't put this in because it hits the booster. So one of those will be going in as I put the head in. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a sec. Okay, that was a bit of a struggle because I had to try and hold this bolt at the back here. Had to go in, otherwise I can't get it. I couldn't put the head on and get it in because it hits against this booster. So what I've done is I've put all the bolts in, all the long ones, all along the bottom, 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Put all the small ones in the top. I've got to run them in yet. I wanted to show you these two because my car has 2 medium-sized bolts. They go in each end here, one there and one at the back. On the diagram it's bolt 9 and 10. They have shorter threads. I'm hoping that this is where all my thread cleaning pays off. So I'm just going to run these in. I'll speed up this boring bit, but yes, just going to run them in, especially those little ones at the top, and then we'll start talking. Righto. I've got a drama with the back one. I put that in, the block off for the coolant bypass. I've got to loosen that off. I can get it. I might have to use the spanner. Of course I haven't got the spanner in. That's it. I'll tighten that down, or snug that down as the Yanks say. Righto, we are ready to start tensioning, so I'll just pause it while I go and set that up, and then we'll get into it. Okay, we're ready to go. Tension wrench at the ready. Set to 30 Newton meters, I hope. Okay, so once again I shall speed up the boring bits, but I'll just do the first one. Okay, they're all tightened down, the 30. Now, I made a bit of a blue then, I tightened one out of sequence, but it's the first pass, so it shouldn't matter. You don't touch these anymore. They get tightened to 30, and that's it. So the next two passes are only the bigger bolts. I'm going to go and get a shorter extension, and we'll keep going. I've got to set up the degree gauge, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, back again. I've done the second pass. I'm having heaps of dramas with this degree gauge to get it in the right place, because when you get to those back ones, it's very, very hard to get it in. So what I'll do is I'll just film this one. The needle's got to get around the here. I've zeroed the gauge up there. Okay, that's it. It's right on 90 degrees there. You probably can't see it, but I won't film all of them. It's very boring, and there's a little bit of swearing. So I'll put the other head on. No use filming that. Just remember, on the last pass, this bolt and this bolt is only 50. So it's there. It's only got to go 50, but at the moment I'm doing 90. I've done 1 and 2, so yeah. So hopefully I get the other one on. But geez, the other one should be easier. There's more room over there, but this one, what a pain. Anyway, thank you for watching. The next step will be putting the inlet manifold on, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Even if you think I'm doing it wrong, just tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay, see yous. Heads are on. Passenger side was a little bit easier, but I destroyed one of my degree gauges on the driver's side. The driver's side was a mongrel of a thing because of the booster. The booster's in the way. I think if I ever do it again, that booster's coming out. You know, if you do it with the engine out of the car, it'll be easy. But trying to use that bloody degree gauge in the car is really hard. So, yeah, so she's all in there. Next, I'll put got a coolant pipe to put in here, and I'll put the inlet manifold on next before I worry about push rods and rockers and stuff like that. But yeah, getting there. Been waiting a long time to get them on. Yep, all done. I've read if you've got some of the digital torque wrenches do angles. So mate, I would have gone that way if I'd have known. I would have just gone and bought one. But yeah. Anyway, hopefully I won't be doing this for a while. I've got to do it again when I retire, because this engine's coming out and I'm going to rebuild it. But at least it'll be out of the car. Anyway, thanks again. See you next time.